Hello everyone and welcome to SimpliCode's YouTube channel. Kaushal this side and I hope you guys are doing well. Today we'll be taking you through HTML layouts. We have created the layout of a web page previously when we went through HTML headers. In this video, we'll go through a different method of creating the layout of a web page. So before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel already, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon to never miss any updates on programming videos. So without any further delay, let's get started. Before we move on and start creating the layout of any web page, let's discuss what a layout is. A layout refers to the arrangement of things. In HTML, a layout refers to the arrangement of elements in a way to make the web page look more neat and clean to the user. Creating a layout also allows us to manage the content present on our web page more effectively and efficiently. You can think of it, right? A well-planned website is easier to manage and edit if we have an idea about all the sections present on a web page. We have used the header and footer tags before, along with some more tags like nav and section to create the layout of a web page. This time, we are going to use the table tag to create a layout. And then we'll use the div and span tags as well for the same. So we are going to use two different methods for creating the layout of a web page. We'll use a bit of CSS as well to differentiate between the different sections of the web page. So let's move on to the programming part directly and we'll create a first layout. A question may pop up in your mind, why are we using tables for creating the layout? It is because tables are already arranged in columns and rows. So we can utilize these rows and columns in whatever way we like. So let's understand it with the help of an example now.
If getting your learning started is half the battle, what if you could do that for free? Visit SkillUp by Simplilearn. Click on the link in the description to know more.
So what we'll do is we'll move to the body tag of our HTML document directly. We'll remove this h1 tag from here. And now we'll write here table. So we are going to use the table tag first. Now let's style this table a bit. We'll write over here width. Width is going to be, let's say, 100. And then we'll define the border as 0. Fine. So we have used these two CSS properties for this table tag here. Now close the table tag and you can see we have the whole table element here. Now inside table tag, we need the table row. Fine. TR tag we can say. So we'll write here TR. Now inside TR, we need the table data tag to mention the data inside the table. So what we'll do here is we'll again style this table data column, or we can say table data tag. So we'll write call span. Call span is going to be 2 and then we'll write style. Fine. We are going to style the background color over here. So let's say the background color for this is going to be green. Fine, so let's use green yellow instead of green. And now inside the table data, we need to mention a heading. So we'll write over here h1 and inside this we'll write this is the title of a web page. Fine. Now save this and you can see over here we have this division, or we can say block with the heading. This is the title of a web page. So if I increase the size of our browser, you can see this is the title of a web page. We have this over here. Fine. Now what we are going to do is we are going to come out of this table data and table row tag because we are going to use another table row tag for another section of the web page. So we are going to write here tr. Now close this tr tag. Let's style this as well. So we'll write here v-align and we are going to align it to the top. Fine. Save it now. Now we have another table row. So we'll write over here table data again. So we'll write here table data. Now inside table data, we need to style this table data tag. So we'll write over here style and we'll write width again. So width is going to be 100% for this. And then we'll write over here background color. So background color is going to be, let's say, aqua. Let's change this background color a bit from here. You know, we can do it in Visual Code, so let's change it to this. The RGB value will change for this background color. Now we have to close the table data tag as well. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to put the content inside this. So we'll write over here inside the bold tag. So we'll mention B over here. Let's say this is going to be the main menu. So we have this bold over here. Now we are going to use the break tag again. So we'll write over here this, save it now, and you can see we have this main menu present over here. Fine. So you can see. Now let's do one thing. What we are going to do is we are going to mention here 100% the width and save it now. Let's see if this makes a change, and you can see now both the divisions have full width of the web page. Fine. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to do HTML, and then of course we are going to put a break over here. Then we'll write here CSS, again a break we need. Then we'll write here Python. Let's write each of them in capital letters. So BR again for this as well. Then we'll write here JavaScript, BR again. So this is basically the content of our web page. Save it now, and you can see we have this main menu present over here. Fine. Now we are done with this table data tag as well. So let's move on and we'll create another table data tag inside this same table row. So what we are going to do is we are going to cut this section in two different parts. The left part is for the main menu and the right part is for the other things. Fine. So let's zoom it out again, and we are going to use the table data tag here again. So we have this table data tag, and now what we are going to do is we are going to style it. We are going to write here inside the style. So let's say background color we are going to mention. So let's mention any color over here. We'll write here purple, and then we'll change the color from here. Let's make it light purple and save it. You can see nothing is happening over here on the browser, or you can see this purple color over here. It's smaller in size as of now, right? So let's do one thing. Mention the height and width as well for this particular block. So we are going to write here after this, width is going to be 100 pixels, and then we'll write here height as well. Height is again going to be, let's say, 200 pixels. Fine for this box, and we are done with it. So let's mention over here something. So let's say we are writing over here tutorials present in the website. Fine. All this thing refers to the content we have in our website. So save it now. So you can see we have two sections present over here in our website. For this particular section, we have the main menu sections, and then we have the tutorial section as well. So now let's do one thing. Let's move back here again. And now what we are going to do is we are going to add another table row for the footer section, for the bottommost section of our web page. So we are going to write here td again. Then we need call span. Call span is going to be 2 again. Then we'll write here style. Style will mention the background color. Background color is going to be, let's say, red this time. Let's change the color a bit because we want light colors. So let's use this color over here, and you can see it over here. It's not completely visible, but it is here. So let's do one thing. Let's mention something inside this box as well. Now what we are going to do is we are going to write here this, and now inside this table data we are going to use a paragraph tag. So inside the paragraph tag, let's write something. So let's write copyright, because this is always mentioned over here. So let's say we are writing over copyright ABCD, save it now, and here you can see we have copyright written over here. Let's put it in the center. For that we need to move back to the style attribute, and we have to write here text align at the center. Save it now, and you can see the text is aligned at the center now. You can see the layout of this web page. We designed this layout using the table tag, and we have all the tags present within the table tag. We have the table row, table data tag, and we have the table tag as well. So this is the complete layout of a web page. Fine. Let's move ahead and we'll create another layout. This time we'll use the div and span tag for creating the layout. We'll create a new file for that layout. We'll create a file. So we'll move here and we'll write here how2.html. Save it now, and you can see we have another file over here. Fine, let's do this, and we have the HTML code over here, the basic HTML code. Now we'll move to the body section directly, and what we'll do is we are going to use the div tag and the span tag for creating a layout. Fine. So let's open it with live server once, and here you can see we have this document. So let's write the code now. So we'll use the div tag for creating divisions. So we'll write here div style is going to be the width is going to be 100%. Fine. So let's write over here 100%. Now this is the main division. Fine. So we are going to create the layout inside this particular division only. So we'll use another div tag inside this particular div tag. We'll write here div style. Style is going to be the background color we have to set. So we'll write here background color. So background color is going to be, let's say, blue violet. Let's change the color from here. Save it now, and you can see nothing is happening as of now. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to mention the width over here as well. It will take the 100% width of whole div tag. So we'll write here 100% and we'll close this div tag. Fine. So we have this div tag. Now we have to mention our content inside this div tag. So we'll use the h1 tag again, and we'll write here this is the title of a web page. Fine. So we have this. Save it now, and you can see we have this division present over here. It says this is the title of our web page, and you can see we have this whole section present over here, which basically refers to the navigation bar of any website. So this is the layout first. Now what we need to do is we are going to create the whole layout. So we need different sections, right? So we are going to use the div tag again for creating another section present in a web page. So we'll write here div. Now inside this div, what we are going to do is we are going to use style first. So we need to mention the background color again. So the background color is, let's say, this is the gray color. And then we'll write here height of this section. So height is, we are going to write here 200 pixels. Then we have width as well. So we'll write here width is going to be 100 pixels. Fine. And we'll write here float as well. Float is going to be left. Now let's mention the data inside this so that you guys will be able to see it. Now what we'll do is we'll create another division inside this division, and we'll write here in block letters, or we can say bold letters, main menu. Fine. We did the same thing in the previous layout as well. Now after this we'll write here all the languages we have. So we'll write here HTML, then we'll put a break tag over here, then we have CSS, then we'll put a break tag again here, then we have Python, so we'll write here break again, and then we have JavaScript. Fine. So we have this div tag over here. It's almost done. Now save the program and you can see float left means the whole division will float at the left side of the whole web page. So it's basically we are taking the division and we are putting it in the left hand side of a web page. If we write here float as right, the whole division will move to the right hand side of the web page. You can see it over here. It's on the left hand side. We can also put it at the right hand side as well. So let's create another section now. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to use another div tag. So we'll write here div. Now we need background color, height, width, and float properties again. Fine. So basically what we are going to do is we are going to copy it from here. We are going to paste it here, close the div tag, and that's it. Fine. Now what we are going to do is we are going to mention something inside here. So let's take the text from the first layout we had. So let's write tutorials present in the website here, copy it from here, paste it here, and that's it. Fine, let's put it inside the paragraph tag so that it's not confusing for you guys. Save it now. And here you can see we have tutorials present in the website present over here. Fine. So before we move ahead, let's change the style of this particular section. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to change the height and width. So height will remain 200 pixels, but the width we are going to change. Let's keep it 350 pixels. Save it now. And you can see it over here. Fine. So you can see we have this whole section present over here. So we have put a main menu at the left hand side, then we have tutorials at the center, and then we can keep something at the right hand side as well. So let's do one thing. Let's move here and we will create another section now. So what we are going to do is we are going to copy this div tag from here. We are going to paste it here. Again, now we are going to change some style. So this time we are going to write here float as right. Fine. Then we'll change the width and height as well. Width is going to be 100 pixels and height is going to be 200 pixels. Save it now and let's see the change over here. You can see we have this layout, or we can say this section present over here. And I guess it looks fine now at 175%. We can also use this space as well. Fine. So let's do one thing. Let's create the bottom side of this layout first, and then we'll discuss what we can do. Fine. So here we are. We need another div tag now for the bottom side, or we can say for the footer section. So we'll write here div style. Style is going to be again the background color we are going to mention. So we'll write here background color. Background color is going to be, let's say, blue. Blue is good. And then we'll write here clear. Clear is going to be both. And then we'll write here text align. Text align at the center for aligning the text to the center of a division. Now inside this we are going to use the paragraph tag again, and we are going to write here copyright ABCD. Save it now and move back to the browser. You can see it's present over here. Now you can see many things are wrong in this particular layout. So how we can correct them? What we can do is we can increase the size according to our needs. So let's increase the size of these sections a bit and we'll see if it works or not. So let's change the color for this section first. Let's make it red. And now we are going to change the width of this particular section. Save it now. And you can see it's greater in width, so it went down. Now what we need to do is we need to remove the width by a bit. So let's write here 350 pixels. Save it now. Let's see, and it's a bit more again. And now we'll write here 300. Let's see if it's working. And you can see it works fine now. It looks fine now, right? So What we can do is we can change the width of each section according to our needs. That's how we can create the layout of any web page. So guys, here we have seen two different methods of doing the same thing. We created two layouts, one with the table tag and the other with the div and span tag. In my opinion, the latter method we went through is a bit simpler because the only thing we need to keep in mind while working with the div and span tag is the area. Fine, we need to keep the width and height of any division in mind. If we are clear with that, then we can create the layout very easily. So that's why we prefer the latter method to create layouts for a web page. So guys, please go through them and tell us which method you find easier to work within the comments below. That's all for this video guys. See you in another session. If you enjoyed watching this video, do give it a thumbs up. If you have any doubts, please let us know in the comments below. Share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe SimpliCode. Thank you.